Certainly a disappointing ending today to one of the seasons I've enjoyed the most in recent memory. This was really a terrific group of guys that worked hard every day and didn't see today coming. Based on what we've been like in practice the last couple of days, we just felt like we sort of ran out of gas early, and that Hopkins had an answer for everything. Early in the game, it just felt like they were winning every matchup and just found the open guy in every instance. And there was, it wasn't any single thing. Matt Barrett was disappointed to be pulled in the game, but team defense, as much as anything else, is a group activity. And there were a lot of guys that we just never got up to speed at the defensive end of the field, I felt like, so it certainly wasn't Matt's fault in any way, shape, or form. And like I say, I think first and foremost you can credit Johns Hopkins for, I think, being really, really sharp, and again just seemed to have an answer every time. Just seemed like they always found the open guy and made a good shot out of every opportunity. And so I give them a lot of credit. And like I say, I told the kids afterwards we'll meet again later on. But this is one of my favorite groups that I have had in a long time, and there was a lot to be proud of. And like I say, just today we didn't quite have it today.
Was there any discussion of pulling Matt earlier, or what was behind the timing of the decision?
There was at halftime I was thinking about it. I talked to my assistants about it. The thought was there, but he's had a great year, and I don't know that I've seen a better goalie since January till today, and so you're giving him a chance to punch his way out of it. And even frankly, when I pulled him, he was disappointed to be pulled, and so he wasn't looking to come out of the game, and but I thought maybe we'd get a little bit of a spark by making a change there, and I thought Will really did a nice job in the last 20 minutes.
Did you feel like you guys had a pretty thin margin for error going into this tournament? You needed to stay close. Could not afford to fall away.
It's been that way all year, and we essentially won 4 one-goal games in order to get here, and we had the battle all the time, and one of our one of your key guys just slowed down a little bit today, and it just took the edge off of what we were able to do. I knew we were going to have to fight like crazy to score goals. Just like I say, I thought we were going to hold up a little bit better at the other end of the field.
We talked the other day about Hopkins having 6 guys, not only the 3 attackmen, but the 3 middies.
Right.
That particularly tough to defend, basically 6 options like that.
Yeah, and like I said, it felt like they were winning every matchup, and so it didn't matter where we turned. They were able to run by us and create havoc in that end of the field, and so they were sort of dangerous in every spot, and that's really, really hard to defend in that way, and that's the way it felt earlier. I thought we settled down just a little bit, but I never really felt like we got our legs up underneath us defensively.
Did you think that was going to happen, when he would take you behind and get your midfielders from the
I thought we would match up a little better there individually to start with, and then, like I say, we would either not get there soon enough. And I think in the very beginning, we were probably going to challenge some of their guys. Radowicz comes around and scores a goal, and Frawley gets one, I think, off the dodge and stuff. And those were matchups that you go into the game hoping that you can manage those things, and they come. And so as soon as they go score those goals, now they got us starting to hedge off, and like I say, they just were very good then finding the open guy and making us pay for either half sliding or we're trying to cover up a little bit.
Those goals by the Stanwyck brothers, the back-to-back ones, do you just sort of have to tip your hat when amazing plays like that? I mean, it looked like there was pretty good defense.
The one at the end of the quarter that was sort of. I mean, I really would have liked Greg Collins, a wonderful guy. He should have picked the ball up in the corner of the field, and they went up going down, and Wells throws that ball in the shack, which makes an unbelievable play. So I like to yell at Scott Hooper, who's covered him, to try to do something, make a better play. But it just felt like Shaq was going to make something there, and it didn't matter what we did there.
You mentioned the surprise. A week ago, you were pretty confident that the Hopkins team was one you had seen before. Was the biggest surprise in their confidence and in the fact that they could win the matchups so consistently?
Yeah, well, I was surprised that we didn't hold up a little bit better at the defensive end. Like I said, I don't think it was any one guy. It was just and we're a team too that we're a program that needs to score. And so we you know, when we took some shots early and we weren't getting them by the Schneider in the goal, and then the ball's back down on top of us again, and so. You know, had we scored a couple of more goals early, you know, I'm not saying the game would have been completely different, but it might have played a little differently early on. It just felt like they were scoring and we were not, and there was a certain momentum just to that pace of that.
In that vein, with Schneider getting a couple early saves, I mean, he had struggled a little bit coming in, had a great game last week, but were you surprised when you saw Schneider today?
I wasn't surprised to see him in the goal. I figured they were going to go with their senior captain at this point. It seemed like they had settled on him in the last couple of games. You know, I thought that, you know, credit him. I thought we made his life. I thought we made his life a little bit easy. You know, I thought we just threw some that he could handle and get some confidence and stuff. And you know, we've been a good shooting team throughout the year, and so it just was disappointing again that we just didn't cash in on a couple of decent opportunities we had early. I'm not sure it would have changed the game, but it might have just, like I say, it might have changed the flow in the beginning of the game a little bit.
The injuries that you had this year, are you sort of looking forward to seeing what you can do with more of a full deck, so to speak, next season?
You know, I'm old enough that I don't look too far ahead, Whitey. I mean, this year was really important. You know, back in January, especially when Scales got hurt, I really didn't know what to expect, and that's why, in so many ways, this team has surpassed any expectation I might have had for them had we talked about this in January, and then to have to lose Pennell early in the year, you know, and so it's a group that battled, and like I say, they listened on the practice field. They were fun to work with. So for a coach, you know, they were just a good group to be around on a daily basis. That's what's important in my life, you know. And you know, could we be better next year? Well, I think we're going to have to be special to improve on the effort of this team. You know, I mean, talent-wise, experience-wise, personnel-wise, we'll probably be in a better place next year. You know, next year defensively, we get Scales back for 2 years. Howard's got 2 years. We don't lose a defender for 2 more years. You know, so everybody comes back for 2 years. So you certainly look ahead and say, you know, this team has a chance to get better and get back to where we want to be on a consistent basis. But I don't take that for granted either. And like I say, I don't want that to take away from what these guys were able to accomplish from January until today.